Hey, good morning. In my devotions this morning, Israel is getting free from slavery. The 10 plagues have just finished with the last one, and we now see that after a 430-year wait, this is the generation that sees God's promise come to pass. Think of that. There were several generations in here, maybe 8, 10 generations waiting on this. And finally, the Lord comes through when the time is perfect, right? And he answers the needs of his people. We that are trusting in Jesus have been waiting for many generations now uh, for God's final moves in history. Some say we're in it now or we're getting close to it. I don't know. I hope so. It'd be awesome to be in that final generation. But these guys were. They were the final generation of slavery, the first generation of freedom. And God makes such provisions for them. He says, hey, uh, I know that these guys are not really ready to, they're just coming out of slavery. They could very easily change their minds and want to go back if they face a lot of opposition. Uh, let's take the long way and not put them right up against some really aggressive people to start with. So God's keeping in mind where these guys are coming from. He knows our spiritual strengths and weaknesses, right? And he works with them. Not only that, the Lord himself guided them. Uh, he was even their nightlight. So the Lord was really watching out for these guys, knowing that they had not experienced any freedom for generations. He was watching over them and just guiding them on their way. And he even was setting them up for a situation that they had never faced before. They had faced uh, the Egyptians as their slave masters, as their owners, as their oppressors, but had never faced them as an army of opposition. They never had to fight against an army before. This is a whole new level that God is getting them ready for. So he sets them up to show how he can really fight for them. He puts them in a no-win situation between the desert and the sea, right in that Nile Delta there. Um, and this would get Pharaoh thinking, hey, these guys don't know what they're doing. I can get them back. Uh, and the Lord is like, even if Pharaoh's a little hesitant, I'll give him a little push, harden his heart, and I'll gain glory for myself through Pharaoh and all his army, and the Egyptians will know that I am the Lord. So uh, we've already seen, actually, I didn't talk about it, but there are Egyptians that are starting to believe in the God of the Israelites. And this is going to drive them even deeper to faith. And so the Israelites did this. I don't know if they didn't realize they were setting themselves up in a no-win situation. Um, they were so new at this that they just did whatever came along. And we know the rest of the story. I'm not going to put it up here, but God parted the Red Sea with a strong, very strong east wind, or a very strong wind, so they could go through and then collapse the sea on top of the Pharaoh's army that was coming after them. And then we see it here in Exodus 15. Let's sing. Moses and Israelites sang this song to the Lord. I will sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he's hurled into the sea. The Lord is my strength and my defense. He's become my salvation. He's my God, and I will praise him, my Father's God, and I will exalt him. So, yes, they had known him that way. He's my Father's God. But now the Lord is a warrior. He can fight battles and win. The Lord is his name. If we are entering into the final days of this age, uh, there will be stresses that come on us as Christians. Our leadership, who seems somewhat friendly ish towards at least the idea of Christianity, that will change. And we, like the Israelites, are going to face opposition and oppression if we're in that time, which many believe we are. Um, I'm not totally convinced of it. Actually, I was watching Chosen last night, and they were going through Jesus' teaching in the temple, and he taught his disciples about what it would be like at the end, and we're not there by what he described. Wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes. We have these things in small amounts. This is describing everything kind of going off at once, and we haven't seen that. Anyway, if we are in that time, we're going to need to be able to trust the Lord like the Israelites did and see him work in these last days of history. If we're not there yet, well, some generation will face it. May the Lord add his blessing to this reading of his word.